Well, I hate to admit it, but cruising has changed in some ways and travel has changed in other ways, and there are some items that I and many other cruisers no longer pack. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, it's true, there are some things that I just don't use anymore. And there are other items that I am bringing these days instead. But I did ask in the LifeWell Cruise community, what are some of the outdated things that you no longer bring on a cruise? Got some great answers, but do you know what? There was one thing that caused a lot of debate, more than I thought. And also, of course, I want this video to be helpful, so I am going to mention what people are bringing instead. Now, before I get started, I wanted to mention two things. Firstly, if any of the items that I mention in this video, if you do not agree, that's absolutely okay. You keep doing you, and you can let me know down in the comments. And secondly, if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe if you have not done so already. I would love to have you here within the LifeWell Cruise community. Let's get started. Okay, so the first item that I really no longer bring is a digital alarm clock. Now, this is a really simple alarm clock. It packs up flat, and it was really one of my original cruise essentials. And a lot of people still like these, so you might even bring one of these with you. But something we found is just we're now using our phone as an alarm clock. And I will say the one thing that we do with our phones is we make sure that we have our phones set to like a manual update so that they don't automatically update to like the new time zone wherever we are, and that really does make a difference. The cruise lanyard. Now, I have to tell you, I still bring a cruise lanyard a lot, but I am not bringing it as much anymore. Now, one of the reasons is because if I'm sailing with Princess, I am bringing little medallion holders that I'm placing on the back of my phone. But the other reason is, and this is something that Frank has been using, so I just purchased another one. I think some of you know I'm going on a family cruise soon, and so I'm like picking up all sorts of little items for a gift bag for the holidays. Let me know if you'd like to see a video on that, by the way. So all sorts of cruise and travel items. So this is great. It actually just goes right on the back of the phone, and this is a good way if you don't want to carry around a lanyard, then that's something really good. Now, what some people say is they're actually still bringing a lanyard, but they're doing the lanyard where you can actually put your phone right in here, so it does double duty. And other people say, you know what I'm using? I'm just using like a crossbody bag instead. Now, one of the items that a lot of people suggested, and I now have that coming from Amazon, is a MagSafe wallet that you can actually attach right to the back of your phone. So I'm looking forward to trying that. Let me know if you have tried that. And by the way, all of the different items that I'm mentioning in today's video or other cruise essentials that are really handy, I'm going to leave them linked down below in the description of this video, as well as a pinned comment. This cosmetic bag. Now, this cosmetic bag is still really, really good. It actually has a diagonal zipper. It opens up and everything lies flat. So I definitely still like this. I actually do use this at home, but I will share with you what I am using now instead. And it's just because it's so much more compact. Look at, you know, the difference. So it really is quite good. Now, this one is by the brand Tripped, and it actually comes with a hanging toiletry bag instead. It's kind of been my new obsession. It just works really well. And everything is see-through on the top. And so here I've got my makeup there. I can put my makeup brushes here. And, you know, again, this is see-through, and you do have the hanging toiletry bag that comes with it. And there are about 3 different kinds of sets. So depending on what you need, there is something for everyone. A non-surge protected power cube. Now, many people said that if they are going on a new cruise ship, they don't need to bring this anymore, which is great. But I'm going to show you my evolution in non-surge protected power cubes and bars. So this was one I had a few years ago. So this is kind of retired. And then after that, I had this one. So this was a power cube. It still is. It's still being sold. It's still a very good one. But you can see right here, you've got, I guess, the older style of USBs. And this is not foldable. Same brand, Cruise On. came out with this one instead. So you've got your electric outlets and you've got your USB-C as well. So I am bringing this, and the other one that I have started to bring is this is by the brand Epica. And what's really cool is if you are traveling like internationally, this is amazing because you've got, you know, this little plug here for Europe, and it actually does come off, and then you've got this that folds in. It really is just the most compact adapter that I have found, really versatile. And of course, it's got the different USB outlets over there. And what I like to do is, and I still do this, I make charging stations by using that European plug, and I just plug this in right there. All right, we got to have a eulogy for the big tropical towel clips. I still love them. They are so cute. But a lot of people say they are ditching the towel clips these days. They really are big and bulky, take up a lot of room. And I have to admit, I've been ditching them too. They're also kind of heavy. But what I have been bringing on the last couple of cruises are these towel clips. And by the way, a lot of people also say that they are bringing towel bands. I do like towel bands, but one thing I realize is sometimes it's just handy to have a clip, even if you're maybe putting a bathing suit out on the balcony chair, you know, for a few minutes when you're on a port day and you want it to dry out in the sun. So these are really handy. And what's nice is these are super lightweight. Now, in a minute, I am going to tell you the one item that caused so much debate. But first, people say that they have ditched packing without packing cubes, and in particular compression packing cubes. So yes, a lot of people say they just have gotten more organized, and since they found packing cubes, they just cannot go back. Now, these are one of my favorite compression packing cube set by the brand Bag Smart. They've got different sets, but I use the set of 6, and for me, it is just perfect. Now, I want to share with you one that I do not agree with. I actually saw at Travel Tips by Lori. She is just wonderful. So I saw her video on this topic, but about travel in general, which is what inspired this. But she does not recommend bringing any sort of travel wallet or travel holder for your passport. I completely disagree on this just because I like to have everything in its place. So I actually have passports in here. I have, you know, money, so the currency that I need. I have boarding passes. I have my insurance documentation. Everything is in this travel wallet. And because it has a wristlet, and by the way, it is RFID protected, but because it has a wristlet, I can just keep it on me as I'm going through customs and everything. And then I just put it into my travel tote. Now, this one is personal, and I know some people are going to disagree with me on this, but I realized I just have not been reaching for this in several cruises, and this is a travel scarf. I used to always bring a scarf to wear over my shoulders at nighttime or even wear on the airplane. Still think it's really handy, but what I've been doing is, honestly, I've just been bringing cardigans with me. Now, the cardigan I'm wearing right now is by Grace Karen. I just bought it in black because I bought it in brown. I love the brown one. And I have it in white and I have it in cream. And usually what I do is the white and the cream, I will bring those on a cruise, and it's great because I can just cover my shoulders at nighttime. I can throw on the cardigan when I go to the dining room or anything. And also, even if I'm wearing a sundress during the day, they are so light, these sweaters, and affordable that I just like throw them into my straw bag and I bring them with me on port days. Now, another item that some people say that they have kind of nixed are cruise ducks. Yes, some people say the trend is coming to an end. I don't know. I am not a huge cruise duck hider and finder. I definitely think it's fun, and I did bring them on Princess Cruise years ago and a Carnival cruise that we did about a year and a half ago. And it's definitely a big thing on Carnival. Let me know if you're a cruise duck person, what you think down in the comments below. But the one thing that a lot of people I think are actually starting to bring more are door decorations. I am seeing it more on different cruise lines, and I am really liking the sets that you can buy, these magnets. And I just bought these magnets on Amazon. Like I said, I'm doing like gift bags for everybody. And the one thing that some people warn is not to get like expensive magnets or magnets that are going to mean a lot to you and put them on the door, because sometimes they can get stolen. I don't think things like this are going to get stolen, but it is possible. Now, I did want to share with you something really cool. Frank tried these on a recent flight. Now, he was always using another kind of earplug on a flight because he does get really blocked ears, and he ended up using these loop earplugs, and you might be seeing the advertisements for them. People are just raving about them, but honestly, he found them so comfortable. They worked really well, and he does combine it with taking like some sinus medication and sort of blowing out his nasal passages or his sinus passages, that kind of thing. But he did find, whoops, but he did find that they really worked. Okay, so I have one more item, and then I'm going to share with you the most contested item, the thing that I do not bring on a cruise anymore or travel, and it was really hotly debated. So some of you guys definitely disagree with me, and you do bring this. And then I have some honorable mentions that are awesome. So I do not bring this anymore. This is an electronics organizer. It was definitely in my videos up until at least 3 years ago, maybe even after. But we just find that we're not reaching for it anymore. The type of organization just doesn't really work for us anymore in terms of the charging wires and the chargers and the adapters. But I'll tell you, we have simplified, because I just put everything into, I swear by these TSA style liquid bags. I have put makeup when I've done like carry-on only, and I really, really minimized. I've done that. I use them for electronics. I use them for cruise essentials. They seem like the perfect size, and they pack so easily. Okay, so what is the most debated item that I do not bring anymore? And I think it's a little bit outdated. Maybe I was wrong, I admit, based on the comments. I'm going to have to revisit this. But I said I do not bring soft-sided luggage. I used to have soft-sided luggage a few years ago, and I swear by hard-sided luggage. And I will expand on this. I also think it is outdated to have the two-wheeled luggage. I know some people are going to disagree with me. They're going to say absolutely not. I think a four-wheeled, spinner-wheeled luggage is just more solid. Whether you have soft side or hard side, I swear by that. So that is what I think on that. But soft-sided luggage, some people said, you know what, it is better, you can fit a little more, it's expandable. What I find with hard-side luggage is that the criticism some people have is that they often see it crack. And I do use level 8 luggage. That's what I've been using for years. This is not sponsored by them, but I find the quality to be very good for the price. And I just have not had any issues. And we did 15 cruises and travel experiences in the last 2 years. So I travel quite a bit on flights, on cruises, cars, Ubers, etc. And I've just found the luggage to be very good. But let me know either way what you think down in the comments below. And I will leave, by the way, level 8 luggage. I do have a discount code, so I will leave that for you as well. All right, here are some honorable mentions. Anything printed. A lot of people say they do not print their documents anymore. Now, I kind of disagree, because I still do take a printed copy or at least just have a file in my phone. But I do still have that, because you just never know if when you get on the cruise, if you had a package and now the package is not on there. I like to have a printed copy, and some cruise lines like Carnival still ask for a printed boarding pass. So I like to have it, but let me know if I am being overzealous on that. The other thing people said is they no longer bring 3-inch heels. Now, I had a pair of Louboutin shoes that I got for an amazing sale at Saks between Christmas and New Year's one time. I brought them on a celebrity cruise. I think it was 2 years ago. I wore them for 2 hours. The price was great for those shoes, but they are the most uncomfortable shoes. They are a classic. I could probably even resell them if I wanted to, but I cannot imagine bringing uncomfortable shoes either again. Traveler's checks. I thought this was a really good one, because I definitely remember the days of bringing traveler's checks, but of course we no longer do. Walkie-talkies. Oh my goodness. I remember when the kids were young, but I never thought that they worked really well. A highlighter to highlight the paper planner. Now, I do still bring a pen and I do still like to have the paper planner, but I admit I have not been highlighting lately. Formal wear. Now, this one is still debated because some people really do love to dress up. I actually do like to dress up 1 or 2 nights on the cruise a little bit, but I would say that my formal wear has definitely decreased, and Frank does still bring a suit depending on the cruise that we are on. A new outfit for every day and evening. I admit I've actually started to rewear things. If you follow me, you know I rewear some of my favorite dresses. I try to rotate a little bit, but if they're good and you feel good in them, then why not? And of course, nobody actually cares what you wear on a cruise on day 2 if you wear it again on day 5. Now, a really good one that somebody said they no longer bring on a cruise is anxiety to try to do everything on their cruise. They have ditched that. And the other one is ex-wives, ex-husbands, ex-girlfriends, boyfriends, in-laws, and even the kids as they've grown. Now, let me know, what are the things that you no longer bring on a cruise that are a little bit outdated? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to leave all of the items that I mentioned in this video, as well as just generally the cruise essentials that are awesome. I'm going to leave that down in the comments as well as the description. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Bye for now and happy cruising.